Good morning. So today's entire vlog is going to be shot on this GoPro HERO 5 Black. Right now I'm shooting in the linear view. I'm doing 2.7K. I've never shot with this before, so it's like, I guess, the halfway point between 1080p and 4K at 60 frames per second. So now that I'm buying all this camera gear, I think it's important for me to start learning about all of the technical aspects, you know, the difference between 1080p, 2.7K, 4K, 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second, yada yada yada. So I did a lot of research last night, and I found out that at night I've been shooting wrong. I've been trying to shoot in high quality, high frames per second, but at night you want to shoot at 1080p, like 30 frames per second, so that you're not shooting as many frames, which means each frame can be longer, which means that the lenses open more, which means more light, apparently. Anyway, so I'm going to be experimenting with that, but today it's a beautiful day, and I'm going to be using this because I am a gadget junkie, and this is what I do. So I'll be interested to see if this is worth having as a vlogging camera or as a time-lapse camera, because it does time-lapse, but whatever I'm going to use it for, I'm always super excited to get some new technology. So let's start the day. Alright, so I thought, what better way to test out the new GoPro than to go longboarding. So right now I'm shooting at 2.7K, 60 frames per second with stabilization on. Alright, so I've made a decision. I'm going to get rid of the rest of my brewing equipment. I'm not brewing. I know it, so to get some extra cash, to get some extra money, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the rest of this brewing stuff. So, bye-bye brewing stuff. It was fun. Bye. So it does make me kind of sad to be getting rid of the rest of my brewing equipment. You know, this is the hobby that I've done the longest. So I'm really not drinking a whole lot of beer anymore. I'm not brewing. I haven't brewed in like a year and a half, and it's just sitting there. And I want to sell it so that I can invest in videography. This is something that I'm doing now. So I tend to jump hobby. I've got homebrew equipment back there, sewing stuff, pottery. I mean, I just have done kickboxing, MMA, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I've just got a whole thing of hobbies back there, and I don't need them. And I don't think I'm gonna brew again. And if I do brew again, I've got friends like Matt Hawley, who I can just go brew at their house, and they would love to have someone come and brew at their house. So I think it's gonna be fine. I got a little bit of remorse selling it, but I think in the long run it'll be a great decision. I posted it on Craigslist. I pulled the trigger. I did keep one keg the CO2 tank and a regulator in case I want to make soda water or root beer or something like that to have in the fridge just for parties and things like that. I think it'd be good to have an ability to carbonate things, but everything else is going. Like I said, if I want to brew, I can go brew at somebody else's house. Goodbye, home brewing. It's okay, I really don't miss it. Yet. All right, here's the update I'm working on right now. I'm actually on chat with Apple right now. So as I've been playing with my gimbal and just seeing if this will fit on it and my phone, I've noticed that I can hear an audible sound from the gears, and it drives me crazy. And I think what I'm gonna do is return the gimbal for the moment and kind of sit on that money for a minute and either buy it again if I decide I want to do that, or get the gimbal for this camera right here, which is coming out in a couple months. I've noticed that while using the gimbal, it's really nice video shots and it makes some really good video. The problem is the gear is getting in the way of me vlogging because I'm having to pull out my phone, stick in the gimbal, yada yada yada, versus just pulling out my camera. And so I'm gonna try to use this for a little bit and see if I can just be a little bit more still while I'm talking, and see if this allows me to film a little bit better. So that's what I'm doing right now. So getting rid of the gimbal, and either I'll get a new one and hopefully it doesn't make that noise, or get one for this, or just not use one at all. All right, I'm doing it. I'm returning the Osmo Mobile. I'm having a little bit of returner's remorse, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. I don't need it, and I'm gonna get something else. I sent it back. One less toy to play with. Goodbye, stabilization. For now. For now. It's the wife! I just got home.
Me too! It's so hot outside. Why is it 80 degrees?
I don't know. It's supposed to be fall right now in Lubbock, Texas, but it's still apparently summer. So I had to go back to Best Buy and get a new camera. Apparently, the audio in the GoPro I had, the white noise was just a little too loud. So I still think I hear it in this one. I'm guessing that's just how the GoPro audio is. Hopefully soon they'll make a mic adapter so that I can put in a little mini microphone on this and have way better audio, because I think the video in this is spectacular. So just testing this now to see how the audio is, if it still has that white noise or if it's still pretty good. So we'll see. I've been sent on a mission. I'm supposed to make my wife a cigarella for her costume. All right, this is gonna take some ingenuity. See how it works?
No, it's perfect.
Hey,
I
there you
love
go.
it. That was great.
So Elizabeth and I have a Halloween party to go to, but I just wanted to give my quick 2 cents on my first day using this camera right here. So first of all, this is the second camera I've had today. The audio on the last camera had a lot of white noise. This one has it as well, but I'm coming to assume that's just GoPro's audio. So that's my biggest complaint on this camera, is that the audio, if I stop talking, there is a lot of just noise. And the old mics for the Hero 4 do not fit the new, I guess it's a USB-C. So that's pretty frustrating that we have to wait for new microphones to get made for the Hero 5 Black. The video quality is spectacular in good light. I'm super happy with this. I will definitely be using this as part of my vlogging equipment in the future. Low light is where it starts to get really grainy, but that's pretty much the case with all cameras. And then my final complaint is no matter what this camera is mounted to, anytime I move it, it makes noise. So listen, if I hold this, if I move at all, some sort of like touching this table right here is going to create some noise in the camera. So that's something that kind of bothers me, is the noise that comes from the GoPro. So audio, waiting for the mic. Video, spectacular. So super glad that I upgraded from my session to, and it's not the new session, I'm super glad I upgraded from the old session to this new GoPro Hero 5 Black. So on that note, that's kind of my wrap up for the day on vlogging with this camera. This is definitely going to be probably one of the top 2 cameras that I use from now on. All right.
The full shebang.
Audrey Hepburn from
Holly Golightly.
Holly Golightly and her arm candy.
Paul Dvorak.
That guy.
That guy.
I'm just dressed up. All right, we are home and it is way past my bedtime. All right, well, we are home. Thanks for tuning in. See you tomorrow.